Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com, and this video is going to be about why you've probably been stressing out for the last 2 months. There's actually a reason, not just only stressed, but really frustration, possibly anger with exhaustion. There's an article I found today, something I looked up. Let's see, it's right here. And it's from a website called Bustle, and it's called Mars Retrograde is about to make 2020 even more chaotic. But there's good news, we're almost through it. Not the year, but the Mars in retrograde. So hold on. It says, I'd like to introduce you to Mars retrograde in 2020, which begins its reign in September 9th, which is actually good, and here's why. And it lasts through November 13th. So we're almost there. We've got 10 more days, but I would give it a couple more days after because it kind of lags about 3-4 days after. Same thing with Mercury in retrograde, okay? But that's another subject. So as the warrior planet of goals, ambition, and sex, among other intense things, Mars is the planet that drives us to take action. There's going to be another important point I'm going to get to after this couple sentences. But during its retrograde period, all zodiac signs are going to struggle to assert themselves or find the motivation to take charge, which can make for a super frustrating 2 months. However, if you have a heads up on how Mars retrograde will affect you, you can learn to work with the energy rather than against it. And that's kind of what I'm leading on right now. I'm going to get to the purpose of why I'm doing this video. After I read something off of here, it's going to blow your mind. Since retrogrades in astrology are a regular part of most major planet cycles around the sun, but Mars takes a backspin, retrograde goes in reverse, or it appears that way, least frequently than any other planet, which is a good thing. Okay, because Mars has I'll explain in a second, has a real powerful effect on us in kind of a combative, angry fight kind of way. Only appearing to move backward once every 2 years. So that's the good thing, and it doesn't last too long either. Like, again, it was September 9th through November 13th, so it's less than, is that about 2 months? Yeah. So during Mars retrograde, we tend to feel, no, this is kind of key because it's a frustrating experience. During Mars retrograde, we tend to feel more sluggish, unmotivated, and might struggle to take tangible action on things. It's not an ideal time to charge forward on major professional endeavors, physical work, or sexual pursuits. And the fact that Mars is in Aries, now this is one of the things, watch this. The fact that Mars is in Aries during the duration of the retrograde is no help, as this is the zodiac sign ruled by Mars. Well, what they failed to tell you is, Aries is the god of war. The planet Mars is the planet of war, okay? And so I was watching a kid from India. That's all he does is astrology and the planets and how it affects the Earth. And when Mars was in conjunct with a certain planet, or maybe with certain two planets, we had like World War I, World War II, I think it was the Vietnam War, the Korean War. It was all these major battles, and I think even went farther back into history. And that's how they can tell when things are going to happen, okay? Because it causes a tension on the Earth, okay? So it says, and the fact that Mars is in Aries during this duration of the retrograde is no help, as this is the zodiac sign ruled by Mars, right? The goddess of war and also the planet of war. When Mars is here, it naturally wants to be more energetic and bold and assertive than usual, right? Making the slow pace of the retrograde, because the retrograde actually makes you go in the opposite, slow. So on the one hand, you got this energy, but then you're tired. And it says it makes you feel even more frustrated, okay? So that's why I'm making this video. If you've been feeling extremely frustrated, stressed, and even angry, like you want to yell and scream at people, well, there's a reason why. It's like on the one hand, you're exhausted, which makes it even more frustrating, which makes you want to say, oh, screw you. So for right now, just go with the flow, okay? Just breathe deep, go with the flow, get some extra sleep, okay? Take that nap. I'm serious, it'll make a difference. This is interesting right here. It's also a time that repressed rage and anger can come bubbling up to the surface in less than healthy ways. And that's why I'm telling you this, because I know I've been wanting to scream and yell at people. I'm going to be honest, I did. I told someone to fuck off, like really bad. And I thought, fuck, that's just not the way I've been lately. So read the rest of it for you. It's only about 4 paragraphs, super simple, easy read. I'm going to read mine. It's Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. because it actually gives advice. I think they give advice. Each of the signs is on there. It's only a paragraph. It's going to tell you how it's going to affect you and give you a little tip on how to deal with it. So for me, my suggestion, yeah, it says the harder you push over the next 2 months, Scorpio, the more exhausted and frustrated you're going to be. And that's exactly the way I've been. It's like I'm trying and I'm more exhausted. It's like the harder you try, it's like triple burnout, right? So it says, don't overexert yourself trying to fight the cosmos. Instead, spend your energy rearranging your schedule or calendar so that you can maximize time to be productive once the retrograde ends in November. So in other words, after the 13th, that's when I'm going to schedule in my meetings, my appointments, and my projects and stuff like that. Because right now, it's almost like it's got the brakes on, but yet inside you want to go. You have this real powerful engine. So once we get past the 13th, the reason why I say that is I learned this from when Mercury's in retrograde. A friend of mine pointed this out to me. He goes, well, yeah, but it's really, even though Mercury in retrograde might end on, say, this date, it'll still have a pretty powerful effect 3, 4, maybe even 5 days after. So that's called the shadow of Mercury in retrograde. And it's also at the beginning. So about 3 or 4 days before either Mars in retrograde or Mercury in retrograde, 3 or 4 days before, 3 or 4 days after, it's still going to have an effect on you. Fairly powerful, okay? So anyways, so here's the point. For me, and probably for you too, depending on your sign, schedule the more hardworking and the appointments and the important things that you have to get done after the 13th, because that's like when it's going to take the brakes off, and now you can just flow, okay? The overall purpose of this is to chill out and relax for right now. Luckily, we are almost all the way through. We've got really technically 10 days till the 13th, which is the last day of it. So 11 days until it starts to kind of ease up. Hey, this is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. I am going to get back on talking about narcissists. And eventually I'm going to get back to my dating relationship coaching and the new discovery that I've created in between men and women, what I call male to female communication. See you guys soon. Click that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. I'm almost at 1,000. God bless you.